Hello everyone, welcome back to another figure review. Today we are doing Skull from the Persona series. You know, we've already done 4 of them, 3 different videos, but welcome today to Skull.
Hell yeah!
So, let's look at a box. I like boxes. So it wouldn't be an unboxing without a box, of course, so here is your box. So let's not waste any more time, let's get right into it and see that there is something in this box that resembles a box.
Isn't there anything on that isn't about boxes?
So we open it up and see that the box is right there. Here he is, in the box, outside of the box. Ryuji Sakamoto from Persona 5. What's the number? The number is 433, otherwise known as 434. So we have a little protective wrap here that I absolutely just destroyed, and now I feel bad. So Ryuji, as I said, he's 433, and he is also being advertised as from Persona 5, the animation, just as Makoto was, and I don't think it's focusing because it's focusing on my face. Wonderful. But yes, as you can see, Persona 5, the animation. So, of course, we have our seal of approval from Atlas and Sega with Jack Frost on there. It's beautiful. And the name in Japanese, I believe, and Skull, and trademarks, and Figma. And here's a nice looking boy, and you can see my reflection there. That's wonderful. On the side here, as they do, of course, there are several different pieces of art showing off different poses for Skull. They all look amazing. And yeah, that's the kind of great articulation you can get out of a Figma figure. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so we've looked at the box and all that. I think it's now time to open up the Max Factory Figma action figure Skull from Persona 5, the animation. That's a long name. Why did I say it all? I don't know. Let's open it. Alright, so here he is, Ryuji, and he's looking like Ryuji.
For real?
That's what I can say right out of the box. So the camera still does not want to focus on him, but there he is in all of his glory. Yes. I almost dropped him. And yeah, he comes with his accessories, of course. As we've seen with the rest of the line, there is the gun. Gun, yes.
He wields a gun.
He has his signature weapon, of course, which is his crowbar. But then he also comes with a calling card, which I did not know he came with, because Makoto, the last figure that came out, did. And Ryuji's is a little less, artistic, you might say. Yusuke did not make this one. It's the homemade Ryuji one, so, feel how you feel about that. Besides that, he has his skull mask, of course, and 2 different other faces, along with the Figma Stand, the instructions, and is there hands? Yes, hands. How many hands? We will see in a moment. So I'm gonna pop him open and see just what there is to see, because there are things to see, most likely, because I just told you about them actually, but yeah. Plastic. Okay, so the first thing I see here is the crowbar, so I guess we'll look at that first. The crowbar seems to hold some pretty good detail on it. There's a dent in it at one point, and the handle is pretty well painted. I mean, it looks like a pretty nice crowbar, and that's about what you want, right? Nice crowbar. I dropped it. So next is his gun, I guess. We'll take a look at that, and it's a big shotgun, so that's rather nice. And the detail on it is nice as well. No paint bleeding here, I see, and it looks like a shotgun. It's a nice shotgun, so that's That's wonderful. Now, I think, yeah, there's a piece I need to peel away here to look at the calling card. And here we are. Okay, so we have Ryuji's original logo here on the calling card, which is, it's a masterpiece of greatness, yes. And on the back we have the words that you can probably not make out, but you know, it's meant to be for Kamoshida, so just assume it's for Kamoshida. Next up, we have Ryuji's two face expressions here, and one is grinning with glee, and the other is yelling like a maniac. I personally prefer the one where he's grinning, but the maniac is pretty fun as well. And then we have the mask piece, which just plugs right in as a different piece of hair, and it looks great. Like, seriously, I think that Skull probably has the best mask out of any of the Phantom Thieves, if you ask me. So yeah, it looks great on here, just like it did in the game. So next up is the hand wheel and the Figma Stand. Of course, the most important part of any figure. But yeah, Skull comes with a extensive amount of hands. Like, he has, let's see here, there's 8 on the wheel, and then there's another one just like that doesn't even fit on the wheel, and then there's two on him at a time. So like, that's a lot of hands. That equates to a lot of hands. The Figma Stand, of course, is your standard Figma Stand, which is glorious in its own right. Oh, and how could I forget the Figma Bag? The Figma Bag is even more glorious than the stand. Like, seriously. I am actually kind of serious in that, though, because Figma Bags are a godsend for storing all of these extra parts that Figma figures do come with. And one more thing before I move on to the actual figure and I forget, this little package right here came outside the box of the figure, so I'm thinking, at least based off it saying Good Smile Shop Online on the piece of plastic, this is some kind of pre-order bonus, or at least some kind of bonus for ordering from Good Smile specifically, and not a second retailer that's not actually them. Anyway, yeah, let's open it up and see what it is, because I have no idea. So here's a raw reaction. Oh, it's another face. Okay. This looks like a sad Skull face. Yes, as you can so clearly see right there. You're probably seeing it anyway. I don't have to show you on this camera because focus is dumb on it. But yeah, it's a sad Skull face, and this is actually it's a nice face actually. I could use this. Yeah, but I wasn't sure what the heck it was before I opened it, because it felt like a piece of cloth because of the bubble wrap that it came in. But yes, it is just a face. So we are finally on to Skull the figure, and let's just take a look here because this is wonderful. He has boots of plastic on. It's great. And a necktie. We'll go with necktie. So yeah, the figure, like, right off the bat, I'll tell you, it looks pretty good. Like, the face maybe a little bit, I'm not sure yet. I'll have to go into further detail on this and look at it. But besides that, it looks pretty good. Like, the Persona figures so far, been spot on. Like, seriously, I'd recommend all of them so far if you're a Persona fan. The only real sticker is the price. So the first thing I notice when I look at this figure is it looks just like Skull from the game. And that's a theme with these Persona figures. They are very well done. So as you can tell, he has the perfect body proportions here. He's a very lengthy guy and all that. And yeah, it looks so much like him, okay? Like, if we're going for how it represents the character here, A++. I was like a bit skeptical on the face at first, but like after closer inspection, it's pretty great. It's a good face sculpt. So let's go over the figure articulation, because that's the one place that this figure does falter a little bit. So if we take a look at the shoulder here, we can see that it doesn't go straight up. Like, if you pull on it that way, it's not going to go straight up because he has this metal pad here that gets in the way. His metal armor plate that has the skull look on it, which is very well detailed and looks amazing, but it does restrict articulation. You can't bend right up. You'll have to go up like that, around, and then go like that. Another place where his armor is a bit restrictive is in the elbow here. At his elbow here, this little plate on the back does restrict for going any further back than right there, which does give him limited articulation going that way, which is kind of weird. But I mean, you still got the front articulation, which goes really far up. But yeah, it is a bit weird. Then with his belt here, his belt does swivel around, so you can position that as you want. Over here at the knee, we have fully bendable knee. Like that's pretty great. That's pretty great. Yeah. At the shoe, there's this where it does that. I don't know why it does that. That's so weird. A lot of figures do it. Who uses it though? I don't know anybody uses it. Of course, the foot, very movable. His collar, it's rubbery, pretty easily movable. His head has plenty of space to move around, as you can see. He's all over the place. Even the scarf here actually does have room to move. There is a small joint there, so it's very weird when I discovered that, but that is a thing, in case you were wondering. So yeah, overall, good articulation. Just a few points where that armor does hinge him back a bit, even like at his back. I know he does hunch over in the game a lot because of this armor, but you can even kind of like see that in the figure here because he doesn't bend too much here, but he does bend. There's a joint here at the very bottom. It's very hard to see, but there's a joint there underneath his belt, so that kind of makes up for what he loses at the chest. And yeah, he's a very well articulated figure except for those few exceptions, and I would recommend him. So it's a great figure. I would recommend it if you are a Persona fan and are willing to pay the price for a premium action figure like this. And yeah, despite having like a few flaws with some limited articulation on the elbows and stuff that like I went over, but overall captures skull pretty perfectly. Very lengthy figure, just like big Dumbo is, and I think it's gonna look amazing next to the other 4 figures, which you guys can see right now through the magic of editing. It's pretty great. Wow, I love editing. Don't you love editing, editor? Anyway guys, if you liked this video, make sure you go check out the other figure reviews on the channel, because they are surely something. Yes, you should watch them because they're surely something. Besides that, remember to like, comment, especially subscribe. I that's something I need to push as much as I can. And thank you for watching. I probably already said that because I do love saying that. But yeah, go check out some other videos. I have more videos coming soon. There was a Zelda video that just went up, so go watch that. I like that one. I like them all actually. They're all pretty good, except for the later ones. Don't go watch those. And by later, I mean earlier. So yeah, I will stop rambling and let you go on with your day. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time for Haru. Is Haru next? I think Haru is next. That'll be next year, I think. Yeah, we're going through all of them. All the Phantom Thieves. We will eventually get there. So it wouldn't be an unboxing without a box, of course. So here is your box. I have hair in my eyes. Amazing. Wonderful. That's what do when you try to grow hair out. Yes. That's what do when you try to grow hair out.